Mom gives birth to 3 babies. Then doctors realize one of them is not a baby. Stephanie Hansen, a single mom in Washington State, gave birth to 3 baby girls in 2020, and they're not triplets. Daphne came first. She was born on January 28th. A little more than 10 months later, on December 8th, the infant was joined by twin sisters Ruby and Penelope. It's total chaos, Hansen, 32, told Today Parents, but it's the best chaos. The second pregnancy came as a total shock to Hansen, who was in a new relationship. In order to get on birth control, I had to take a pregnancy test, Hansen recalled. The rest is history. Dr. Christine Greaves, an OB-GYN at Orlando Health Winnie Palmer Hospital for Women and Babies in Orlando, Florida, told Today Parents that ovulation can return as soon as 6 weeks after a baby is born. After pregnancy, women aren't necessarily cognizant of what their cycle is, Greaves explained. But if you got pregnant once, it's possible to conceive again, even if you don't think you're ovulating. Hansen says that's exactly what happened to her. I was in a newborn fog, and then there was the excitement of this new relationship, she said. I was just adjusting to everything. Hansen was overwhelmed with a range of emotions, including guilt. Would Daphne feel neglected when the twins arrived? Would she be able to handle back-to-back babies? I felt awful that she wouldn't have one-on-one time with me anymore, she said. There was definitely some initial sadness. But Hansen's fears dissipated the day she brought Ruby and Penelope home from the hospital. At the time, Daphne wasn't walking yet, but she knew how to give hugs. All Daphne wanted to do was touch them, Hansen said. Daphne is now 2, while Penelope and Ruby are 15 months old. The 3 siblings are inseparable. They're the 3 musketeers, Hansen said. They're on the same schedule. They eat, bathe, and play together. They share a room. Though Hansen is no longer romantically involved with Penelope and Ruby's father, the 2 remain friends and co-parents. When we broke up, I was devastated, she confessed, but I said to myself, I've got this. We're not going to sit around in our pajamas crying. We can sink or swim. Hansen chose to swim. It's not always easy, she said, but I'm the happiest I've ever been in my entire life. These kids are the best thing that's ever happened to me. It's not a baby, it's a miracle. A Miami mother says she was surprised to learn she was pregnant again, this time with triplets. That's because Sharon Lewis is 47 and already has 2 older children, a 25-year-old daughter and a 14-year-old son. Doctors say it's rare for a woman her age to have conceived the babies naturally without fertility treatment. The school cafeteria monitor wasn't trying to become pregnant and thought it was impossible at her age when she was told she'd be giving birth to 3 baby boys. Dylan, Denare, and Denard were delivered by C-section early at 30 weeks on March 18th. Doctors decided to deliver early because she developed high blood pressure. Each of the babies weighed about 2 pounds at birth and are now closer to 4 pounds. This was all a big surprise to me, but it was a wonderful surprise, Lewis said. I felt that it was nobody but God that blessed my womb at 47. I do believe He brought me to it. He'll bring me through it, she said, smiling at Tuesday's press conference. She plans for the latest 3 editions to keep her young and vibrant. She said her older children can't wait to have them home, and she has lots of family to help. They were cared for in the neonatal intensive care unit at Holtz Children's Hospital at the University of Miami-Jackson Memorial Medical Center. The triplets were scheduled to leave the hospital on Tuesday after a press conference. Lewis, a school cafeteria monitor, says triplets were a big surprise, but it was a wonderful surprise. A real handful. This was all a big surprise to me, but it was a wonderful surprise, Lewis said in a statement. I feel that God blessed my womb. Every 3 years, our kids come at exactly January 27th. It seems like this is the only date my womb is familiar with, Cabanero wrote in a Facebook post. They say once luck, twice chance, and 3 times pattern, says Fleming Ian. And for a woman in the Philippines, this quote couldn't be more true in life. Pam Hazel Cabanero, an elementary teacher in Paquil, Laguna, in the Philippines, took to Facebook and shared that she had given birth to all of her 3 children on January 27th, each of them 3 years apart. In the same post, she shared the official birth certificates of her children. Pam and her husband Herbert Cabanero welcomed their first child, McLean Hertz, on January 27, 2017. The second, Lady Lemon, was born on the same date in 2020, and most recently, Michelle Gold was born on the same day in 2023. Every 3 years, our kids come at exactly January 27th. It seems like it's the only date my womb is familiar with, Cabanero wrote in a Facebook post. Thank you so much, dear Lord, for this unique opportunity, she concluded in her post, with hashtag January27Trio. Pam's husband, Herbert Cabanero, said there was no trick in the birthday of the 3 children because they were normal deliveries. It's very rare that every 3 years my wife gives birth on the same date, and take note, it's all normal deliveries, so there's no cheating. Herbert was quoted as saying by Khaleej Times.